and good afternoon. And it is a good afternoon. It is going well today. Cheers, everyone. Okay. So for today, we are going to continue on with our 12 days of sneak peeks. We are down to, I'm trying to think, this is day 11. Yeah, and there's Molly.
Hi.
This is day 11, and I can't believe that we are at this point. Yeah, it's exciting. We have got so much new amazing stuff coming out on the 7th. And today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating with a bundle that is from the online exclusives that are going to be released on the 7th. And I'm going to combine it with one of our beautiful celebration papers that you'll be able to get as a little bonus starting on the 7th. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness, we got hello Sue, freezing Nova Scotia. Yes, I'm not even going to say, well, we have rain here. We have rain on the west coast. All right, we got some people popping on. Hello, Stacy. Oh my, catching you for the first time live. Hello, Stacy. Shout out to Stacy. Where are you watching from? Yeah, for me, I am sitting here in my craft room, and I am coming to you from Victoria, BC, which is on the west coast of Canada on Vancouver Island, and you have landed here on Sue's Paper Creations. So if you are just kind of tuning into me for the first time, Nova Scotia as well. We got a couple people that it's beyond freezing cold here in Nova Scotia that are freezing in Nova Scotia. We got, let's see, Krista and Stacy are both from there. Winnipeg, freezing cold. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so in Victoria, I want to say I don't even know what our temperature is, to tell you the truth. All I know is we're starting to wear our gloves. Definitely have our raincoats on the last little while. It's pouring rain. West Coast, we get more rain than you guys get the cold and the snow. So I don't know which is better, but I don't mind the rain. So I'll stay here on the west coast. Oh man, I'm feeling for you though on the east coast. So for today, like I said, we're going to be touching base on another sneak peek. I've been going live from the 26th of December. My last sneak peek will be tomorrow, and then on the 7th, which is Tuesday. I hope that you guys will join me at 10 a.m. because I'm so excited. I have them right here. I just can't crack them open yet. I'm excited to actually crack open these catalogs, flip through them with you, pull out all of these samples that we have been making over the last 12 days, as well as some other ones I've been making. And you can have a look at the beautiful samples that Stampin' Up! Has, as well as the ones that I have been creating. And yeah, we're going to see what my favorite stuff is, what I'm going to be using for classes coming up, what is going to be planned for classes, January, February, March. I even have ideas up until April. So I'm pretty excited for another creative year with all of you. Yeah, so I hope you'll tune in. It's just going to be maybe a couple hours as we go through everything, hour and a half. And then just showing you lots of samples that you can definitely check everything out. Okay, let's see here. I love the East Coast, but I don't miss the cold and the snow. Ohio here, lots of snow in Ohio. Okay, Alberta, -15. Oh my goodness. Good timing to pop onto Facebook. Yes, Tara, hope you had a great holiday season. This is awesome. Okay. So I see I've got a couple people watching. Let's see here on YouTube. Most of you are on Facebook. Wherever wherever you are watching from, near or far, day or night, warmth or freezing cold. I'm glad you're here. So we're gonna pop on down to my desktop, and today I am going to be giving away, I've got some labels and layers little package here that I'm going to be giving away as a gift today. So at some point I am going to let you know when I'm giving a prize away, and I will take, you know, comment number, whatever I may say, and we're going to count it down. And you do have to be in Canada within for me to be able to mail you off this prize. But yeah, for those Canadians out there, you have a chance to win a little prize. Everyone else, I hope you will get something out of this today, some inspiration and some ideas. And I hope you'll join us again. Okay, so let's do it. All right, so for today, I am going to be combining spring corners. This is an online exclusive. I'm going to be using some papers. Let's crack them open here. So these are called Bloom Impressions. They are quite beautiful, and they are part of the celebration. They're 12 by 12, as you can see. And I'll just start from the back and work my way forward here. So they are, of course, floral, bloom. Says it right in the name there. We've got lots of blooming flowers. So we have got, there's one pattern. Oh, look at that. You guys may have seen my reel. Oh yeah, it is Jim. We've got a golden retriever, and I did post a few little photos. I'm Jim's Nana. It's Molly's dog, and it's my grand fur baby. So I did post a couple photos of Jim from when the first day we got him and picked him up, to, of course, today. He is 4. I can't believe it. He's adorable though. So there is the second one. I might use this piece today, possibly. Okay, and then we've got this one as well, which is quite pretty. So these will be beautiful for layers and backdrops. I like the fact that they have got papers that are like tone on tone and then multicolored. So you have kind of more the toned down side, but it coordinates beautiful for the other side. So if you're one that loves to do a little one sheet wonder action, these are great papers because you can combine both sides. There we go. Little floral, peaches and yellows. And then I know I'm going to be using this one for sure. This has got a little petunia pop, fresh freesia, and blackberry bliss. And I know we have got some purple fans out there, so I am going to be using that one for sure. And then I might actually use just this backdrop for part of the other card. So I'm going to do 2 cards today. I've decided I'm going to do 2, and that's quite pretty too. Okay, so nice and bright for spring. Those are the papers we're going to use. Talking about papers, I am just going to do a little shout out now. I will post something later on my Facebook page, but we are down to 21 hours for you to register for my paper ribbon and bees share. So it is a fabulous deal. I'm going to show you what I've been working on today. But you get, here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 packages here. These are gorgeous vellum, floral and gingham vellum. We've also got some ombre glimmer in here, but you're going to get a quarter package of all 10 of those. You're also going to get a quarter of a spool of 1, 2, 3, 4 beautiful ribbons. So these are from the catalog that is coming up on the 7th, as well as these 3 are online exclusives, so they're being released the same day. Okay, let's see here. These 3 and the bees are from the catalog. This one here is online exclusive. Okay, so it's $80. I am shipping them in a registered mail, one of those prepaid boxes. So they are going to get there to you pretty quick after I've got all my cutting done. And I've been working on, of course, the freebies. So I might actually go live tomorrow morning before I do my sneak peek. Here is your rainbow package of 20 different colors of card bases, 2 of each, and your dots. So that I'm just chucking into your box with all your quarter packages of everything else, just because, you know, me and all my multicolored layer backdrops for my card bases, I want you guys to have that too. Okay, coordinates with all of these colors. So that is, we're down to, like I said, 21 hours for that if you want to sign up for it. Yeah, I've been cutting and prepping all the card bases. Now, I'll also show you this, just because this is what I was working on, and I was almost late today because with each quarter package of the 10 different packages of paper, they're all going to be wrapped individually with a little list, tells you what the paper is, where you can find it, and the coordinating colors in that package of paper. So I'm going the kind of the extra little distance for you there so that you have one of these with each of the 10 packages of paper, and it does have all your coordinating colors. So those will be cut up and those will go into all your different packages of paper in your paper share. Okay, so I was excited. I thought those were so cool to be adding in there and helpful. All right, so for today, are we ready? For today, we have got, I just actually cracked these open. So you know how we've got all of the sticky tape in here. I pulled 2 off that I'm going to be using today, but these are the gorgeous spring corners. And sometimes when you look at a package like this and you're not quite sure how to go about using something like this, so I want to show you. I've done a couple samples that we did just using our storybook friends, on little cards we did at the beginning of all our sneak peeks, but we used just these little tiny ones. I'm cracking open the bigger greetings and the dies to add a wow factor to your corners. Okay, now let me just see if there's any. Oh my goodness, we got lots of people popping on now. Hello and welcome. And Rita, let's see here. If you're wondering about the paper share, yes, or if you are within Canada, I will be shipping out all those boxes with all those goodies. So yes, you can definitely just fill in. The link is in my link in the descriptions, and you can fill that out and I will send you one for sure. Okay. I'm ordering up all my stuff. Let's see here, tomorrow night at midnight. So that's why there's a deadline. Okay, so let's see. I'm using this one. This is so pretty. I'm using this one here. So in the package, I mean, you've got a pretty detailed corner die. You've got balloons that are going to cut out this. You've got a heart that's going to cut that out. You've got a die here that's going to cut out our flowers. You've got all these decorative corner pieces, okay, that you can have fun with. You've got a beautiful, looks like a sun that you can cut out of that. And they've chucked in a larger heart as well, which I think actually a couple. These 2, I love it when they do that. These 2 you will be able to stamp like 2 of these flowers or 2 of these hearts and cut them out at the same time. This circle here, I'm thinking you can layer up inside of this sun. That's what I'm thinking. Like I said, I haven't played with this part of them, but I'm thinking, yeah, you can layer that up and make a beautiful sunshine. And then you've got your little rays there. You've got little dots. Yeah, so we're going to play with a couple of the things. And I will have a little stepped up version that I'm going to show you on Tuesday when I do my little walk through the catalog and catalog launch. Okay. All right. Are we ready? Let's create. Okay. Let's see. I'll show you those later. That's going to be February's card club. I've got a couple of the cards done and I'll show you those after. But I've pre-cut this one and you can see how pretty that is when it's cut out of the corner. Okay, that's quite beautiful. So what I want to do is I want to bring in our greeting. For this one, I think I'm going to do thank you for everything. And then I am going to also work at a birthday one after this, which I think is going to be adorable. So we're going to first do pretty and beautiful. Then we're going to do just plain adorable. That's what we're going for. Okay. So here's our thanks for everything. So one of the tips for these stamps that are on the corners is you want to make sure that when you mount these stamps that, I've got this one here too, that instead of kind of putting them down with your hands, because you can see what can happen is you can try and line it up perfectly, but you could end up manipulating this somehow as you put it down, and not to that extreme. That's a little bit extreme, but you know what I mean? It may not end up being straight for you on the block and around the corner, okay? So what you're going to do is you are going to use your grid paper. You're going to line up your words, and I'm lining it so that it's right down the center of the words there and there on my grid paper, and then I'm going to lift it up with the block. Okay, then I know that it is nice and square, and it takes its natural form when you put it down on the paper. Okay, and then you can pick it up. Just zoom it in a little for you. Okay, we're going to use a Blackberry Bliss, and we're going to add a little color. Here we go. Ooh, this is a newly inked ink pad, as you can see. It is good and juicy, this one, so I just have to make sure that I don't press too hard on it. Okay, I'm also going to frame up my paper here. I am working with a piece of paper. I could even go smaller, couldn't I? You know what? I think I'm going to. I just want to do a little bit smaller because I'm going to have some pretty paper around there. So if this is a smaller, I didn't know the sizing of this. If this white piece is smaller, then it just means that I get more of the pretty paper, right? All right, so let's do that. Let's cut it down a smidgen. Okay. And you may not think it makes that much of a difference. I'm going to show you why I'm doing it. I like to explain things. Okay. All right, let's take out, this is the paper we're going to use. And it is gorgeous. So we're going to go 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, like that. And I'll show you the difference. Okay, so this is going to end up going on top of that. You're going to have a beautiful see-through of the colors. Okay, if I cut it down even more, you're going to have more of a beautiful frame with your pattern paper. So I'm going to cut it down. Let's see here. Can I go? I just want to make sure I need enough. Yep, I can. So I'm going to cut it down even a 1/2 inch more. I'm just going for it. Okay, we've got 5 here. So I'm actually going to, that was 4 3/4. I'm going to go to 4 1/4. Okay, so I'm going for a 4 1/4 by 3. Okay, so I went kind of the extreme there, but you're gonna see the difference it's gonna make. Like, look at this. See how you can see all that beautiful color? And because I've got more color around the outside, I could even shimmy this down a smidgen. You like my technical words? A shimmy and a smidgen. You know what I mean, crafty friends, right? What you can do is then you can put, I might put a blackberry. I'll see if I have any blackberry paper left. Or a petunia pop frame around it, okay? Or I could use that as, we'll see, maybe that's the color I'll use for a card base, but you'll be able to frame it in nicely. Okay, so let's go back to our stamping. All right, okay, I better reapply my ink just a little bit. There we go. So I hope that wherever you are watching from, you've had a good day. Like I said, we've had, well, Jimmy's birthday. He went for a nice hike. He's been getting a few treats throughout the day, that's for sure. And I also went and picked up my dad, took my dad to see my mom. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. And my mom was having a great day. And so that meant that Dad got to have a good visit with her, which was fabulous. She looked good today. I curled her hair for her, which she loves that. And yeah, we just had a cup of tea and had a good visit. So thank you for joining me this afternoon rather than this morning. Just Mom is always better in the morning than she is in the afternoon. So it was nice to be able to have that good visit, because, you know, they're getting a little harder for sure. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. So this is a very pretty easy card. What I might do though, just to emphasize around here a little bit, is I could add a little bit of color. I could. Do I dare? Do I dare add a little bit of color? I mean, I have got, let's see if I've got any left in there. Ooh, I've got a little hue of fresh freesia left in here. Let's see if it'll pick it up. It's going to be so subtle, but it will. Oh yeah, it's there. And what it will do is it will also highlight the die and the edges of the die and the detail. See the details in there of the stems? So it'll highlight that as well. So I'm going to just do a little hue just like that. Okay, so that's one way you can definitely step it up. I want to show you a couple ways in which you can step things up. After all, it is Sunday. We like to step things up on a Sunday, right? Okay. There we go. So there's a little bit of hue of purple on there. It's very subtle, but it's there. Okay, you can see it more when it's down on the work surface here. Next thing I'm going to do is, I mean, again, I'm going to see how far I can take it, just because I like to share how far you can take things. I'm thinking texture. What do you think? Run a little bit of texture. Let's see what it looks like. If we do a nice kind of muted texture over top of it, maybe that little dashing line one, that one's good for just muted. And just see, you'll be able to see, because these are dark lettering, I think it can handle it. What are our thoughts? Yes? I say we go for it. So let's see here. I'm going to grab the texture and I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. I'm always up for a good texture. Let's see. I'm going to do a swirl on one. Okay. Let's see, everyone. Blackberry Bliss ribbon. Yes, we could do that. I have the fresh freesia ribbon. which is Celebration, and I was thinking about doing that one. Okay, we're going for it. We're popping it in. We're gonna see if we like it. Let's see. See, I think that's gonna look pretty. I really do. Why not? Exactly. That's what I say. I like to do the why nots because guess what? Then you get to decide yes or no when you go to make a card similar. You can be like, yeah, no, I didn't like how that looks, so I'm not going to do that. Or you may say, yeah, why not? Let's do it. Okay, so there is our texture. That's quite pretty. I like it. Okay, because this lettering is darker, it shows up perfectly. We have got our show through here. Now we could, to make this stand out more, we could block this in with a solid color. So I'm going to just give you again some options because I like to do that as we go live, and I happen to have a fair amount of scrap cardstock. So let's try it. Okay, I'm gonna go with, let's see. Do I have Petunia Pop? I don't think I do have any left. Nope, I'm out of that. Let's go Fresh Freesia. Okay. Okay, so I'm thinking if, so pretty, it is so pretty, isn't it? I know, like, at first, I don't know if I'm gonna like corner stuff when I first see things in the catalog. I'm gonna have to just piece this, so let's just see. Okay, so you let me know what you think. I mean, I do like the pattern showing through, but with the texture, do we want plain? This is your choice now. Plain, and then our beautiful pattern paper, right? Or pattern paper just showing through. With the pattern paper, it makes it a little bit harder to see the flowers. This does make it a little bit easier. Okay, so say patterned plain. Okay, I'm gonna let you go with that. Let's see here, plain, 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 plain. See, yeah, it seems to be that is quite like the corner phases. Might be on my next order. I know, it's beautiful. Plain, plain, plain. Okay, look at that. Oh yes, the plain. Yeah, perfect. I'm glad. I mean, I just thought I'm gonna try it. Okay, we're going plain. Okay, I agree. Plain. Then, oop, hold on. Got to wait for it to set up. It's on the texture. Now, you always have to remember when you're gluing on texture, give it just a second to set up. In fact, I'm going to put that block on top of it. Okay. So keeping in mind this and this, now we have to pick a card base. Rainbow bucket. Okay. Rainbow bucket. Let's see what we got. That might even work. Let's see here. I almost think that just a nice crisp white might be nice. Actually, I've got some moody mauve. No, nope. Nope. Back in the bucket. I do not have any Blackberry Bliss. Plain, but maybe Blackberry Bliss. Yes, you know what? I had a look. Gray might be kind of nice too. If I were to do gray, I think I'm going to do a combo. Yeah. If I do gray, I want to do a white and then a gray. Okay. I love how I make my decisions, eh? Tell ya, it's a magical rainbow bucket. The card changes with every different color. Blackberry Bliss, I know it would look amazing if I had a smidgen. I don't think I do. Let me just see. I have it on my next order. Look, I found, we're in luck. Oh yeah, we're in luck. I found this piece is the last that I have of my Blackberry Bliss, and we are going to frame this in. So let's see. Let's go 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. I'm excited now. 3 1/4, 4 1/2. And I think this little hint of Blackberry Bliss is going to look amazing on this card. Look at that. That is beautiful. Yep, I think we got it. There. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like the texture. I like the black. Good. Good. Okay, perfect. So now the only question is, I'm kind of leaning towards the gray just because it makes the white and the texture show up more. Where if we do white, it frames it in nicely, but it pulls away from this white. What do we think? I'm thinking a little smoky slate, just to kind of tone it down a bit. Yeah? Okay. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with the smoky slate. And then I'm going to add a little sparkle. And I mean, with these corners, I could add, I had thought about adding a little bit of ribbon to it, but you know, where do you put it? You can't put it across your words, so it would have to be kind of right down here. And I like how this is just framed in nicely. So sometimes just a little bit of sparkle is all you need, so that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to glue these together, and I've got some new sequins. I think that they are in, it's hard to keep track. I think they are from the new mini catalog, and they're in our suite that has, there's some new beautiful butterflies that are coming out, and some bokeh papers. And in those, I have to get out my new glue here, there was some beautiful sequins. So I've got those, and I'm going to use a couple, oops, sorry, banging things around, a couple iridescent sequins. Okay. No ribbon, sparkle. Yes, that's what we're going for. Okay. And I'm going to pop this up. So let's get some dimensionals. Do a little pop in here. And for the next one that I'm going to do, oh, I think I shifted this. Or did I add my glue? I did. And then I touched it and shifted it before it set. So good thing I'm using liquid glue. I can do that little move while it's not quite set. And then we're going to put this over top. I'm glad I found that last little piece of Blackberry Bliss. It was tucked far into my little shelf. And I think that that's what's made this card. A little pop of blackberry, hey? Okay, let's add some sequins. So these are the itty bitty bokeh mix is what it's called, okay? And what we're gonna do, look at those. How fun is that? So very iridescent. We got some purples in here. Because of the iridescent, it is going to pull in the purple colors. There's some that look kind of more blue as well. Let's see here. Do I have my pick tool? I think it is in my little prep area. So I'm going to go for, oh, I do have a second one here. Perfect. I'm going to put a little glue down, and we're just going to pop a little bit. Even one off the grid here. We're going to do one here. Maybe we'll put one at the end of our greeting here and another one here. I like to do 5. And this will just add a little bit of light. So there's flat ones in here, and then these look interesting. Let's see. They're kind of stuck together. And of course now static, they're sticking to my fingers. But look at those ones. They have almost like a little bit of texture around the outside. So I'm going to go for those ones. And I don't know if there's a clear one over top of that. I think there might be. Let's see. Is there? Nope. Nope, there isn't. Okay. Nope, it's good. Okay, and then looks like we've got, I'm just grabbing whatever I can, little ones of that, little version. We're going to go with these clear sequin ones. Perfect. And when they dry, they will be clear. I want a little tiny baby one. But this is just going to add a little bit of shine. There's a little baby one there. Perfect. So we just have a little bit of shine throughout the card on the texture. We've got our greeting. We've got our plain and behind. Now that you can see, because I did fresh freesia, a little bit of shading. Can you see the shading now a little bit over top of that cutout flower? It shows up a little bit more, and I do like the gray matte. So yeah, happy with that. Thank you so much for helping me make all those decisions. I think we got a winner. Okay, so there's card number 1 today. Okay, so for card number 2, I may end up cutting it down, but we'll see. I'm gonna pull in our cute little balloons. So I want to do something with the wishing you an amazing day and incorporate a little happy birthday is what I think we're going to do. Okay. All right, let's see. We're going to go with, I was pulling colors and I hadn't even used this color yet. This is the Your Afternoon. It's that gorgeous blue. I've got peach pie, and I've got a little bit of shy shamrock. So this is going to be my color combination. It's a different one, definitely from what I would normally use, but I think it's going to be an interesting little combo for our balloons and everything. I think it's going to work. I need my stamp for those balloons. Let's see, I've got it out. And I'm going to do a little bit of tuxedo black. Okay. Oh, I forgot to condition this one. Let's see. See how it is not quite stamping perfect? Actually, it was probably good to show you that. See how it's not as clear? Doing this after the fact. But what I like to do is take just an eraser, go over my stamps when they're brand new, and then let's see the difference. Because there's like a little coating on them when they first come out of the factory. So let's stamp aside and see what we've got. See if we see a difference. Okay, yeah, so see that? This is a little lesson for you. So see the difference? How it just stamps so much clearer, okay? So definitely get a little white eraser or something so that you can, I'm making you dizzy now, sorry. Condition your stamps. It will definitely make a difference. And you want to do that from the beginning, and then they're stamping perfect from your first stamp. Okay. There. Fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to keep the black out because we're going to do our little happy birthday greeting in that one. I'm going to color this up And I'm going to do the 3 colors we've got here. So let's see here. I want to start with my dark. And this is a gorgeous blue. So fun. So that one, that last card is definitely more on the feminine side with our beautiful flowers and our purples. So I wanted to do something that we've just got like oranges and greens and blues. So this could be for anybody, okay? Need to add an eraser to my toolbox. Yes, for sure. Exactly. It is definitely handy. So eraser. And then I would say also one thing that I use a lot that is just easy stuff is Scotch tape. Scotch tape you want to add too. So you can see I've got the light and the dark. Those are going to just blend nicely. I always start with my dark around the outside. And for the balloons, you know how you always have kind of an area of the balloon where the light catches because it's rounded. We want to kind of give that same effect. So I kind of go a little bit darker. Then I go in with my light and just dust over it a bit and kind of blend it out. Okay, but I have kind of a lighter area in there, right? Okay, and then we're going to go dark around the peach here, which is more peach pie. It's more like a nice, light, not so bold orange, right? Our pumpkin pie is a very dark orange. And this one is just a nice, beautiful orange that, I mean, you could use it for fall for sure, but it's a beautiful orange that's great for spring. Yeah, the in colors they came out with this last round here are nice and bright and springy compared to the fall ones the previous year. Okay, so we're going to, I love that color combination. Perfect, right? You aren't using a sand eraser? No, I'm just using a rubber eraser. That is a great question, Lisa. I'm just using just the rubber eraser and just rubbing it over just slightly, not even too hard. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to cut these out. I'm going to leave you with a question. Okay, the question is going to be, out of, if you have been watching all of my sneak peeks so far, what tip or what product have you liked the best? I'd love to know what tips that you have learned along this journey with me, because there's been quite a few in each little video. So what has been your best tip so far? And if you have not been watching them all, you can definitely go back and watch the replays, because there is lots of tips that I give along the way. Okay, let's see here. I'm just lining up perfectly. I want it to be perfect. All right. My problem right now, there, got it, is that I've had a coffee just recently. There we go. And, okay, don't move balloons. There we go. There, we got it. Whew. Tell you, when you just finish off a coffee, especially a double espresso, I tell you, lining up those dies, I'm like, my hands are just raring to go. It's hard to slow down for a moment. Okay, so I'm just going to see, condition with an eraser. I've been using a cleaning pad. Okay, an eraser is one on the mind, making shadow boxes and using all pieces. Yes, love it, love it. Conditioning your stamps, as I often get bubbles. Yes. Conditioning new stamps, Wink Stella blending. Oh, see, I've been doing that one a few times too. I love, it's like my new favorite to color now. Showing where you raised up the frame, the frames instead of having them flush with the insides. That was a good one too. Like the shadow boxes, right? The faux shadow boxes, blending with Castella. Awesome. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you guys are learning a little something as we go. That's perfect. Okay, now I am going to stamp around the outside and I'm going to blend a little color on the inside. I'm going to use the happy birthday. So let's get out. See what I mean about the longer they are, the more you want to line them up with your grid paper. Make sure they're good and square. Right. Perfect. Now I love these packages of grid paper and we do sell them. I've got several people that have asked me, like, where do you get them? And we sell them. They come in big, huge packages of like 100 of them, which is great because I use I use both the sides before I get rid of them. And then often I will end up, oh, see, I bumped it. Often I will end up getting more than one use out of them, right? Because if I'm not going live, it doesn't matter if there's a big mess in behind, right? You can keep using them. But I have had some people that have actually taken one in and laminated it. And I thought that was kind of a cool idea, right? Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, conditioning. Again, lots of people loving that blending with the Wink Castella. Yeah, using those watercolor pencils and the Wink Castella, it is a game changer. So now that I have got my greeting and I see how big it is, what do we want to do? We want to downsize it a little bit. I do. I like to have a little bit more frame because when you have more frame, it highlights more what's in the middle of your card. So you may think that, oh, well, I want to go with like a larger white base because I have more room to work with, but I like to bring it down just a smidgen, a notch, like sometimes a quarter of an inch. Then I've got more frame around the outside and it highlights whatever. It makes a focal point. I can do a little bit more. It makes a focal point for what you've got on the inside. So that's at 3, that's 3.5 by 4 3/4. You know what? I'm gonna leave it at that because, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Thought about downsizing it a little bit more, but I'm gonna go with that because I'm gonna blend a little bit of color on the inside. But first I want to get my stamps in place. Okay, all right. Now let me just see. That is looking good. Let me just run over this. Can't remember if I did this one or not. Just in case, let's see. I just want things to look nice and beautiful when they're stamped. So let's see if that helps. Okay. All right, so here we go. Wishing you an amazing day. Oh, that is perfect. So the question is, do we stamp one? Or with these stamps, you can actually create a frame and do the greeting again on the opposite corner. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, and then you have that framework all the way around. And think of some of the smaller stamps, which like the one that we've got that says, happy we are friends. You could actually get away with, because it's so tiny, probably stamping that in all 4 corners. So I just want to make sure that I am the same distance. Bring it in a bit. And whoop. So now we've got a framework with our corner stamps. Okay, so again, just a different look. I love it. Let's bring in a little bit of maybe peach pie as a little halo for our inside of our card. Okay, so I'm going to bring in just a little bit. This is definitely a newer ink pad. I'm getting a lot of color touching the ink pad with it. So I'm just blending it out a little bit. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of color into the center. Just a little halo of color. Swirl it around like that. Okay. And then we can put our balloons on there, and they are going to pop off that little bit of color. And then the question is, for the happy birthday, I'm thinking we want to maybe pop up the happy birthday a little bit. Otherwise, it might end up getting lost in all our wording. So I'm going to take a little scrap, and let's get the happy birthday is just tiny. I had it over here because I did use it before. Let's see. Where are we? Happy birthday. Did I already pull it? For the card, I might have. There it is. It was in there the whole time. Oh my goodness. Okay. I tell you, getting used to the glasses. I can blame it on the glasses, I think, for a little bit longer because I'm just getting used to them. And I just need a little scrap. Let's use this one. That should work. So I'm just going to do a happy birthday, and I'm going to pop it up. And this will be good to do a few little sequins on this card too. I think it'll end up looking like confetti. Okay, get out a little mini cutter. Let's see here. Okay. All right, so let's do and see, glasses on, glasses off. Did anyone else feel my pain that way? Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Squeaky little cutter. Ooh. Okay. So now we've got just a nice plain little happy birthday, and we're going to pop it out. It's going to pop off of that little hue of color. Let me just add a little bit more down here. Just a little bit. Okay. And then we got to decide which papers we're going to use. And of course, what card base? That's always the great question, right? Of the lives is what card base color should we use? I'm looking for my little baby dots. Oh, I have just a few left on a package. I know it is a great little cutter. You're right. Let's see here. Makes sense. Looks better sized. Yeah, it is amazing how, like, this card would look so different if we kept it a larger size. We just wouldn't have the same effect of this and that beautiful blackberry. So it does definitely make a difference. We're going to see what we're going to end up doing with this one. It will all take shape as we go along. I'm going to put that there. Now, I put some dimensionals on the 3 balloons. I'm going to just tuck a little bit. Sorry, I got for my noise. I'm going to just tuck just a little bit of liquid glue so that the actual string bottom string of the balloon is actually glued flat to the card. Okay, which is kind of cool because then it looks like it's lifting up. Okay, and look at how I am liking the look of this. And then we've got our happy birthday. So raising the happy birthday up definitely draws it out away from the framing that says wishing you an amazing day. Another thing that we could do if we wanted to switch it up and we didn't want to use white for your happy birthday, you could use maybe like a gray or a black. That would actually look very cool. Let's see, how are we doing for time? Well, I'll leave it as this. But like I said, I could keep you here all day. But we could use black and then emboss white embossing powder on it. That would really draw it away from the actual background, and that would make a different change for the card. So I may do a second one, and I will post like, which do you prefer for the happy birthday? And we'll just take a little vote after so you can see the difference. Now, is that straight? Let's see, glasses off, glasses on. Yes, that is straight. Okay, but it does, see how that pops it out? And you notice it, or a shade in blue. Exactly. Like you could pull this shade out and then you could do white embossing. Like I think that would look fantastic. Okay. I'm going to do, but I don't have my powder and everything over here. So we're just going to go with what we got. Like I think this is going to look very pretty. We're going to add, of course, some clear embellishments. It's going to act like confetti and sparkle. I'm liking these little circular ones that reflect the light. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, I got a few bouncing off here. It's 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. There we go. 1, 2, 3. There. I got glue. Now, one of these is not glued. There it is. We're going to move it down here. See, the sequins are, when they're new in the package, some of them are like attached to each other. So I'm getting more than one. There we go. Oh, that looks cool. Okay. I do, whoop, see, hold on. What, that one came 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I have another dot of glue somewhere? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Okay, let's add one right here. Let's go again because we definitely need one up there. I do like those sequins on there on the plain white with that little bit of shading. It makes them pop, doesn't it? Okay, so now that we've got our feature, now we have to decide what are we going to frame it with? You could go with just plain white. We could pull in, I mean, we do have these beautiful papers, right? I think we might need to pull in just a little tiny bit of blue around the edges. That might look nice. Or I don't think it's going to be noticeable that much, but we're going to pull in a little bit. I'm going to go 4. And I'm going to go by 5 1/4. And we're going to do this pattern blue. Okay. So we're going to do the pattern blue because it's like sky. So these balloons are floating through the sky. And that's a hue of sunshine. Okay. So I do like that. And then I think for card base, we could take it a little bit farther and we could frame it in with the blue, or do I have a, oh, is that a black? Is that black or is that espresso? I think it's black. Or we go black. That's kind of effective too, right? I think we go black. Or is black too bold? Like too dark? We could go gray. If we do the black, then it just means that we do a little liner, and that's okay too, because then where did you get the bucket for your card bases? Blue. With the blues? Blue is pretty with the blues. Okay, you're thinking blue. Someone says gray. I got it at Walmart. Good old Walmart. And, okay. I'll just go back to this just for a second. Here's the 3. Okay. So, blue, black, that is dramatic. Gray is a little less dramatic. What do we think? Or, I never thought, just white. There's just white. Okay, let's see. Black is sweet too. Blue, keep it cheery. Navy, ha ha. Black, black, gray. I don't think I have a navy, but I think navy would be fantastic. I don't have a navy. If I had a navy, can't believe I don't have all my colors in my bucket. But if I had a navy, I think I would have gone navy. Like blue, blue for me, blue for me. Too much. Too much. Much gray sky. Okay, so let's go. We'll go blue. Blue seems to be what we're going with. Blue or gray. Okay, we're going blue. Whoop. Blue it is. We will pop this out. And then I think we are good. Again, with these corner ones, when it comes to adding ribbon, you know, it's hard to break up the corner and kind of the lines of what the corner creates by putting ribbon in there. So I think that for me, when I'm using the corner stamps, I tend to pull away from the ribbon and not use the ribbon. I mean, if I wanted to, I could do a little bit of twine in behind here, but I kind of just like the plain and the shading. So instead, I'm popping this out, and then I'm going to pop it onto, I'm going to place it down on the blue. Okay. Blue. I'm glad you had the perfect bin. Yes. My friend Tracy, she sent me a picture of a clear bucket that she had started putting colored bases in. Oh, made me so happy seeing that. So if you are doing the paper share, the nice thing is I'm going to be giving you, as a little bonus, just because inspired by my rainbow bucket, I am going to be giving you 40 card bases, 2 of 20 different colors. So you will be well on your way to having a bucket of bases. You can always add to it, or just have a little tiny small bucket. You know, you don't need a big one like I've got. But I do get just the clear bins from Walmart, and they're actually in the organizational section for the kitchen. It was like a kitchen clear bucket. So the best thing I could suggest, Eva, is take a card base with you when you go into the store, and then you can actually test it out in all of the bins and find the one which is wide enough for your card bases. And I mean, it doesn't matter how long it is, but if you find one that is the perfect width, then that's when you know you got a winner. Another option is you can find, again, this is from the dollar store, these bamboo buckets. And I mean, you could use these to put all your bases in too. These are actually all of our sneak peeks that we have done so far in our 12 days of sneak peeks. So I will be breaking these out, and we will go through them all on Tuesday when we do our flip through the catalog together. Okay, as well as some more that I'm going to add. All right. So there you have today's. There we have our spring corners. I don't know, which one do you prefer? Birthday cheer, wishing you an amazing day. Those sequins really make a difference. I like the pattern on there. And then all the amazing input that you guys ended up giving me for this card. I love the way it turned out. So thank you so much. There we go. Can you show your bin? Yes, I can show the bin again in a second. I'm gonna just head on over so I can. There we go. Hello, hello. Okay, so I hope you guys love it. Yeah, another consideration for when you're starting that wish list of all the things that are coming out on the 7th. So keep in mind, this one was an online exclusive. So we have got almost as many online exclusives that are going to be released as we do that are going to be in the publications. And they are releasing online exclusives. I think now every 2 months they release more onto the online store. So when you go into the tabs, you just go to the online exclusives, and there is a whole bunch of ones that you wouldn't have found in any catalog, and they're fantastic. Yeah. So I will be also showing you, we have a whole new scrapbook brochure that is coming out on the 7th as well. And there's lots of different packages of coordinating stickers and 12 by 12 papers. And the kits actually include layouts in there as well for you, like step-by-step how to make your scrapbook pages and your layouts. Okay, so we are going to give this one away now. Okay, this has got all sorts of goodies that you can use for, it's got little tags, so you could use these on your cards. You could use them and embellish them as little tags. And you could also use them in your scrapbook pages as little journaling pieces. Okay, so labels and layers pack here. So I have got, we're going to go number 8 today. Okay, let's go 8. So you have to be within Canada for me to be able to mail this to you. I have got all the other ones from the last few days all packaged up, and they are going to be going in the mail tomorrow, as well as let's see here, I have got catalogs, another shipment of catalogs that are coming, I do believe later this week. So there is, if you are Canadian, I've got a couple things to let you know if you are Canadian. Okay, so my Canadians out there, number 1, I just let my team, my Stamp It Canadian team, know about this. And you may have already heard, if you mail a lot of cards in the mail, stamps are going up in Canada. Okay, they are going up as of January the 13th. They are going from $1.14 to $1.30, I think. $1.30 something. They're going up like 25 cents, okay, per stamp. So if you're someone who sends a lot of cards, what I recommend is buy a roll of the stamps, okay? The rolls of stamps, they do not have a number on them. So therefore, you can stockpile. They get 100 on a roll. You can grab, I'm grabbing 2 or 3 of them, to tell you the truth, just because. And it will keep your price down to 99 cents for the stamp. And you can use those. You can use them for as long as you want because they do not have a number on them. So that is my little tip for you, okay? So make sure that you grab a roll or a few extra before the 13th, okay? All right, so let's see here. Now, I don't even know where I was starting. Let's see, I'm gonna go back. I know, Michelle, I saw that. Great class. Okay, so Doris, we've got thanks, Sue. So that is 1. I'm going for 8, right? Carol was 2. Linda, 3. Tracy, 4. Gail, 5. Krista, 6. Christine McKay, you are 7. Kathy, you are lucky. You are a lucky one during my 12 days of sneak peeks. Kathy, this is going to you. Okay, so Kathy, you are the winner of this package. It's going to go in the mail. I've got something else I'm mailing to you, so I'll just pop it in together. It'll be extra nice package for you. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the 12th day of sneak peeks. Hopefully you will join me. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I will post the time later tonight. I am thinking around 10. Yeah, so I hope that you'll join me, and we will see what I'm going to be using tomorrow. I'm going to figure it out tonight, see what I haven't shown you yet, and use something else, okay? Stamps are also cheaper at Costco. Yes, I have heard that. So if that is the case, then it'd be great to grab them, of course, before the 13th. Grab some stamps. Do your Costco run and grab some stamps, okay? All right, thanks so much for joining me. And just a reminder, like I said, we are last chance, noon tomorrow. I am cutting off my paper, ribbon, and bees share. If you are within Canada, you want to get a little quarter package, or not so little, because you're literally getting a quarter package of 10 different packages of paper, all your ribbons, and some bees, and my bonus card bases. You're getting 40 of them, 20 different colors, and a package of embellishments. You have got from now until tomorrow at noon, okay? You have to be within Canada, of course, for me to mail out my shares, but registration, there's a link in the description, okay? You can find it there. All right. Thanks for joining me. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, this is great. Just checking out all of the messages. Oh my goodness, there's so many. I get a chance to look at them late at night. So I do appreciate all of you for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a good evening. See you tomorrow. Bye.